Welcome everyone. In this class, we will learn about motion of a projectile. So, what is projectile? A projectile is an object upon which the only force acting on it is the gravitational force. Now, we will talk about the types of projectiles. Let us consider a particle is projected from a certain height. This is also a projectile. A particle is thrown vertically upward and the particle returns to the ground. This is also a projectile. And the other case is when a particle is projected upward and making an angle with the horizon. This is also known as a projectile. So the third case can be represented as a particle is thrown upward with an angle made with horizon. This is also a projectile. This is case 1, this is case 2 and this is case 3. We will talk about only the case 3. To consider about the motion of a projectile, we have to always remember that the only force acting on the particle is the gravitational force. Any other force acting on that particle, then the particle will not be treated as a projectile motion. So the air resistance or any other force acting on the particle will have to consider as negligible. Now we will talk about only the third figure where a particle is projected from the ground vertically upward making an angle alpha with the horizon. Then the figure is shown as in the board. So we will consider three major components. Number 1, the maximum height. Number 2, time of flight. Number 3, the horizontal range. These three we will consider the equations of motion. S is equal to ut. Number 2, Vf, where Vf is the final velocity, that is equal to Vi, V initial velocity plus minus Gt. Number 3, V square, V final square is equal to V initial, that is square plus minus 2gh. And finally we have to consider the distance S is equal to ut plus minus half of gt square. To find the horizontal range, we will consider a particle is projected from the ground with a velocity u making an angle alpha with the horizon. So we can resolve this velocity component into two terms, horizontally u cos alpha and vertically u sin alpha. So the gravity acting on the particle is downward. So u sin alpha, this component would gradually decrease in upward direction, and u cos alpha, no gravitational force acting in this direction, so u cos alpha will provide the uniform velocity. To find the maximum height, we will consider only the vertical motion because the particle is moving upward direction. So initial velocity in this case Vi is equal to u sin alpha, and final velocity, that is the velocity at maximum point. If we consider the trajectory of this particle A O B, then velocity at point A, that is the final velocity, that should be equal to 0. So maximum height, then using the relation V square is equal to u square plus minus 2gh, we can find V is equal to 0, u is equal to u sin alpha square minus 2gh. So calculating, we can find h maximum height is equal to u square sin square alpha by 2g. This is the expression for maximum height of a projectile. Next, we will find the time of flight. Time of flight in this case can be divided into two parts: time to reach from point O to A and time to cover the total distance OAB. At first, we will consider the time to reach at point A. To do this, we can use V is equal to 0, that is the velocity at point O. Vi, initial velocity, it should be u sin alpha, and time taken to cover the distance O to A is equal to T1. So using the formula V is equal to u plus minus gt, we can find 0 u sin alpha minus g into t, so T1. So calculating, we have u sin alpha by g. This is the expression for time to reach the projectile in its maximum point. Now we will consider total time taken to reach the particle from point A to B. Look at the point B. The height at point B is equal to 0. So no vertical component of velocity will act on this. The only component will act on this particle B is u sin alpha. So using the formula S is equal to ut plus minus half of gt square, we can find the expression of time. Let the time taken to cover the distance, that is time of flight, is equal to t. So distance or height is equal to 0, u is equal to u cos alpha into t minus half of gt square. Calculating, we have u cos alpha t is equal to half of gt square, or t is equal to 2u cos alpha by g. This is the time taken by a projectile to reach to its final point. Look at the figure. When the particle is moving horizontally, then no vertical component of velocity will act on it. So the only velocity will act on this projectile is the uniform horizontal velocity. So here r is a distance. So r is equal to, using the value of s is equal to ut, we can find r is equal to u cos alpha into t. Previously we have calculated the value of t. So using the value of t, we can write u2 sin alpha cos alpha by g. So we can write u is equal to sin 2 alpha by g. This is the final expression for the horizontal range of a projectile. Now we will consider another problem where the projectile is reached to its maximum point, that is the horizontal range will be maximum. If we consider the expression, this expression will provide maximum value when sin 2 alpha will provide its maximum value, because u and g both are constant for this particular case. So the maximum value of sin 2 alpha, that is equal to 1, that should be is equal to sin 90 degree, or we can write 2 alpha is equal to 90 degree, or alpha is equal to 45 degree. So 45 degree is the particular angle at which if we project some particle and the particle will follow a projectile motion, then this will reach to its maximum point. This is why we will move forward towards our syllabus, and finally, thank you.